What's going on, guys? Jason here, starting off this journey with a video on why I decided to go with the A7R II as my primary photography camera and B camera for video productions over the Canon 5D Mark III. Now, before I get into it, I just want to preface this video that I'm not trying to convince you to get the A7R II over the 5D Mark III. Both cameras came out years apart, so this video by no means is a fair comparison. This is just my experience deciding on which camera is right for me. So definitely keep in mind as you hear my reasonings. Without further ado, let's get started. This to me is the all-around camera. I can shoot amazing stills with it. I can shoot crispy 4K videos with this. My dilemma earlier this year was to get a full-frame camera dedicated to photography, but it could also double as a video camera that shoots in 4K with all of my APS-C EF lenses. It's a lot to ask for, I know. And you're probably asking, but why? Because I still love my GH4 to death, and I've been adapting these Canon EF lenses with a Metabones speed booster for all of my video work. I want to be able to use the same glass for videos and photos on both cameras. I debated about the A7R II and A7S II, but reluctantly decided on the Canon 5D Mark III. My reasoning was that I wouldn't have to reinvest in a 24-70, and I wouldn't have to purchase my own 70-200. The cost saving just seems to make more sense at the time, and it still does. But then I started hearing that the A7R II is very capable at autofocusing with the adapted Canon lenses for photographers like Gary Fong and Jason Lainer, and seeing it on sale on Newegg for about $2,500 pushed me over the edge to give it a shot. I'll talk more about the autofocus and the Metabones in another video, but after playing with this camera for about a couple of weeks now, this is the camera I was looking for, the one that can shoot stills and videos. I can't shoot in 4K with the 5D Mark III, let alone using any of my APS-C lenses. Yes, I'm well aware that I'm comparing apples and oranges, so again, I want to reiterate that this is my thought process, not a fair comparison video, and I'm sure that there are others out there who are making the same debate. Should you get the A7R II or should you get the 5D Mark III? Just really depends on the situation that you are in. The 5D Mark IV is probably coming out and supposedly will have 4K, but it will still only be a full frame camera. How Sony won me over is the fact that it has face and smile detection and eye autofocus. That means it will lock on the subject's face or eyes with sharp focus, allowing the user to just focus on composition without having to do the focus and recompose technique. I think that's truly an amazing feature that gives Sony the edge over Canon. Image quality wise for photos, I think it holds up to the Canon and Nikon, and I read that the A7R II dynamic range is better than the 5D Mark III, something that I would like to test out soon. Now, I heard the Canon has this new touch to autofocus system where you can tap on the screen to have it focus on something, which in my opinion is way better than the face detection. My GH4 has that feature and I find it really handy. Based on some of the specs I've read on the 1DX2 and the 80D, I like to think the 5D Mark IV will also have this feature as well. And if that's the case, then I'll probably have another serious dilemma. But until then, I am keeping the A7R II. So where do I go from here? I'll be making several videos testing out the camera's autofocus capabilities with adapted Canon EF lenses, and by next month I'll sell off my Canon 5D Mark III and Tamron 24-70 to get my hands on the Sony 24-70 G Master lens. So definitely stay tuned for those contents. Until then, I've linked below some videos you can check out regarding the Sony's autofocus features that you can learn more about. I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.